The whole world is staring at Iran right now and waiting for a US attack that could finally topple the regime. Every few hours, Trump is making a statement on Iran, promising help and issuing warning, and military analysts around the world are expecting the war to start on Iran's western borders, where their defenses are strongest. Washington knows that route is dangerous and difficult, so they have turned to a cash-strapped ally to solve the problem. The strategy has shifted to the east. Tehran has spent decades turning its western border into a fortress to prepare for this exact scenario. The Iranian military has layered sophisticated Russian S-300 PMU-2 batteries and their domestically produced Bhavar 373 long-range systems to create a dense anti-access bubble facing Iraq and the Gulf. Yet, while Iran stares west, a far more dangerous threat is materializing from the east, courtesy of its supposed Muslim brother, Pakistan. Pakistan is paving the way for a surprise attack that bypasses Iran's defenses entirely. Islamabad is actively opening its territory, airspace, and intelligence networks to serve as the eastern base of a US-led encirclement strategy. This is driven by Pakistan's desperate economic challenges and the military establishment's perennial fear of Indian encirclement. In exchange for promised financial lifelines and renewed strategic relevance, Pakistan is handing Washington the keys to Iran's unguarded back door. Pakistan's vast Balochistan province shares a porous 900-kilometer border with Iran's restive Sistan and Balochistan region, Tehran's soft underbelly. For years, the Inter-Services Intelligence and Frontier Corps have cultivated deep human networks across this frontier. Today, those networks are being weaponized. Pakistani intelligence is feeding Washington real-time data on IRGC supply lines, radar emplacements, and troop movements in southeastern Iran, information no Gulf-based sensor can reliably obtain. High-altitude listening posts in the Chagai Hills now host US signals teams mapping Iran's early warning grid, setting the stage for its systematic blinding on the day hostilities begin. The most significant asset Pakistan brings to the table is the Trans-Baloch air corridor. Pakistan has quietly sanitized a broad path of airspace stretching from the Arabian Sea all the way to the Afghan border. This corridor gives long-range US bombers like the B-21 Raider and the B-52 Stratofortress a secure ingress route. By attacking from Pakistani airspace, these platforms can completely bypass the lethal concentration of Iranian missile defenses around the Strait of Hormuz. Deep targets such as the nuclear facilities near Isfahan or missile bases around Kerman suddenly become reachable from an angle Tehran never designed its radar network to cover. To support this aerial highway, Pakistan has reactivated specific logistics hubs. Shahbaz Air Base in Jacobabad is a critical recovery node for aircraft exiting Iranian airspace. Farther west lies the remote Shamsi airfield in the Washuk district. Shamsi is historically significant because it was previously used by the CIA for drone operations. Today, it is emerging as a clandestine forward arming point for special operations helicopters loitering over eastern Iran. These facilities are offered with total political deniability, yet their operational purpose is unmistakable. The maritime dimension is equally critical. Pakistan is leveraging its key maritime assets along the Makran coast, specifically the ports of Gwadar and Ormara. Gwadar is a strategic deep-water port located just outside the Persian Gulf. Its location allows it to dominate the shipping lanes coming out of the Strait of Hormuz. Ormara is home to the Jinnah Naval Base, which is the primary berth for Pakistan's submarine fleet. By allowing US maritime assets to tap into data from these locations, Pakistan ensures unbroken surveillance of the coastline.
This denies the IRGC Navy the ability to slip their fast attack craft eastward undetected. Most insidious is the grey zone shaping campaign. Pakistani intelligence is orchestrating a surge in low-level Sunni militant activity against Iranian border posts, just enough harassment to force the IRGC to divert scarce resources to internal security at the precise moment its attention should be fixed on air defenses. Remote areas of western Pakistan are also serving as launchpads for US Special Forces reconnaissance teams, placing beacons on hardened targets deep inside Iran. This partnership is not an alliance born of shared values, it is a cold calculation. Pakistan's economy teeters at collapse, its military leadership sees India gaining ground, and only a decisive American victory over Iran promises the bailout and arms pipeline Rawalpindi craves. By making itself indispensable to the US Central Command, the part of the US military that oversees operations in the Middle East and surrounding regions, on its eastern flank, Islamabad believes it can extract maximum concessions. Opening this backdoor invites a disaster that will spill over into India. Once the Iranian backlash begins, Islamabad cannot afford to defend two fronts at the same time. To secure its eastern flank without diverting troops, Pakistan would need to keep the Indian military busy. Rawalpindi might trigger a border conflict or rely on Beijing to increase aggression along the line of actual control. This strategy locks Pakistan into a standoff, so it cannot threaten Pakistan while the Iran operation unfolds. Regional stability would vanish instantly. Pakistan will have traded peace for a paycheck and ignited a fire that consumes the entire neighborhood. India stands to lose far more than just regional stability. It faces a massive strategic defeat. For decades, New Delhi has poured billions into Chabahar port to create a trade gateway that bypasses Pakistan entirely. This port is the heartbeat of the International North-South Transport Corridor, or INSTC, which is India's grand vision to connect with Russia and Central Asia. A US-led regime change would turn these assets into dust. The connectivity India built to counter China's Belt and Road would vanish. This would leave New Delhi locked out of Central Asia and render years of diplomatic and financial investment completely worthless. The board is set and the pieces are moving. Pakistan's decision to operationalize the eastern flank has fundamentally altered the calculus of war in the Middle East. It has turned a bilateral conflict between the US and Iran into a regional crisis that pulls in India, China, and global trade routes. The destruction of the Iranian regime may be the objective, but the collateral damage will be the undoing of decades of regional diplomacy. As the first jets cross the Trans-Baloch corridor, the world must understand that this is no longer just about stopping Tehran's nuclear ambitions. It is about unraveling the fragile peace of an entire subcontinent.